Yo. Welcome to the Wild That's Crazy podcast. Welcome, people. Hope everybody enjoying a Sunday.
Happy Sunday fun day, guys. It's beautiful outside.
Definitely
and the sun
beautiful.
is shining and it feels good.
You
Today
got
is
your
a feel
summer
good.
colors on.
Yes, this is summer.
You do too.
Yes,
of course.
I belong on the beach. I will soon be.
That's what's up. Well, guys, I'm well rested, so I'm well rested. Like, I haven't got this much sleep in a long time, but I'm going to introduce our guest. Charlene, welcome.
Hey, what's going on?
Welcome to the Wild That's Crazy podcast.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Excited to have you.
I know.
I like that. Yeah. So, ladies, how was y'all week?
My week was busy, productive. I feel like I got a lot of things that I need to get done. Preparing for my vacation because I'm ready to go. And I'm on autopilot right now, which means I'm just coasting until I land touchdown. That's it. So it was good.
That's what's up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm blessed. Like I said, no complaints. I'm here. My limbs working.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in my right state of mind. I'm thankful. That's all. That's all I asked for. Yeah.
What about you?
Oh, man. My week has been on the horizon.
Okay.
You know, got a lot of good news, you know.
Good news is always good.
I know, right? My oldest son, he just been a blessing, as far as watching the kids from me.
That's
When I'm on the road. But I just been relaxing, in my thoughts, manifesting, and I got some good news to tell you.
That's what's up. I like that word, manifesting. That's a good word.
Manifesting my life.
Got to throw out into the universe what you want.
I tell people, you got to have that plan and think it, work on it, and do everything in your power to make it happen.
You also got to be deserving of what you're asking for.
That's a fact.
So everything you're asking for, you're not deserving of, and I believe
facts.
Some people asking for shit that ain't meant for you. You
it's
don't
not
deserve
a genie.
it.
Like,
no,
you gotta have discipline.
Yeah. People out here reaching and grabbing for things that they ain't deserving of. That's the problem, and they wonder why you're not getting it. Sometimes you got to restructure and resurface. Come up like, okay, well maybe that ain't for me.
And it's a reason why it's not coming sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, my week was good. Like, I got plenty of rest. Rest was the word. Rest. I got a lot of rest and got to binge watch. Got to read a little bit. Got to surf the web.
Surf the web.
Surf the web.
Catch
These
up.
are old terms.
That's old. I love it.
Old school.
But I love
it's
it.
Vintage.
Yeah.
But I got to really just rest. I went to go visit my sister in Mount Clemens, and me and my girl went out there for the fireworks. It was beautiful. Got to kick it with my nieces, and my youngest niece, Charlie Rose. Oh my God, she's a little live wire.
How old is she?
Yeah.
She's like 1, 2. She's like that 1 or 2.
Oh, she's the toddler, the ones I talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So just
Busy
having fun with her that day was like a reality check to me, and it's like, it's coming.
And it's like, but
remember this?
Yeah, I can't wait. I must have a little niece, and I just can't wait. But I know she's gonna be a handful.
You can't wait. You can't.
Yeah.
And they was beautiful. Like, they was so good. Just like with me, I got boys. So anytime I'm around my nieces, and I got a lot of
girly stuff,
all ages. So it's like when I'm around my nieces, it's just, I get that love, that hug, that conversation was going on. And my her sister Cherish, like, just a sweetheart. Both of my nieces sweetheart. My sister and her got to do a good job, and it's just like just getting them little hugs and uncle and this. It's just dope.
It feel good,
cool.
Don't it?
Yeah.
Like I said, I
she
can't wait.
Live wire, so it's like.
What do you mean? Like, she doesn't run around
energetic.
Talking? Oh yeah.
Like, she was like, she's lovable. She's hugging. She's talking to you. She's busy.
Nosy.
You gotta watch her. Like, it was just like, that's dope. Like. It felt good, like, and just, the little girl. Like, sometimes with boys, it's just like, it's the same routine. It's the toughness. It's the conversations. It's the boy stuff. But sometimes you want that, that girl stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm just glad I got nieces to fulfill my girl stuff. So, but it was dope. Like, it was fun. Like, I had a good time with my sister and her guy and his family.
Okay.
And
family time.
Yeah, and just got to really, kick it with my barbershop guys. I got to kick it up with them a little longer since I was off. Have great communication. and just really have a good time, like just man stuff, kicking it. So I got a little bit of some everything. Like me and Ange did some stuff. Like we got to relax, watch TV, go get something to eat, chill. Like it was fulfilling. Like it really was. I really took my time and just rested. And it's the most sleep I didn't got in a long time. I can't remember. I don't think I got this much sleep since we was on that lockdown. Like,
the beginning.
Yeah.
So you had a lot of sleep in the lockdown, huh?
Man, oh shit. I was wake up, eat, sleep, watch TV, wake up, sleep, read, sleep.
Yeah, I never stopped working, so I
was sleeping like a baby.
Yeah, I was working from home the next day. So like
a lot of things was birthed in the pandemic.
Oh, that's a fact. Yeah,
a lot of things came to surface. People, it's a different space. I feel like it's a different energy right now. Just when you out, just come in interaction with people, just people, maybe strangers or people you know. It's just everybody. Just some people are just so they on that tip and they on some weird shit. I'm like, what's going on? But I get it. It's like I don't know. Like I feel like it's just a different energy or whatever. So
it's a positive or negative energy.
From what I've heard and seen and just from talking to people and things they're going through, it's negative, and certain things. And it just depends on where you're at. So it's just a variety.
I believe people's true selves are manifesting.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Pandemic
true colors always show in certain moments.
So what I always say, everybody's eyes were open during this pandemic because you had nothing but idle time. And, you have idle time. You just have room for things to just, come into fruition. So you just start looking at people like, damn, you really this person? Or you really, that's why a lot of breakups, but a lot of people coming together during the pandemic, getting together. A lot of babies have been made and born. I mean, we know it ain't stopped during the pandemic because, baby, the baby boom. I'm like, it's been a fruitful year. Okay, so I mean, it's a lot of some good.
God said multiply.
But
I'm only multiplying once. You got one. That is it.
Yeah, but it definitely was, though. It was a time to reflect and kind of think about your life and plan your goals and understand what you want and what you need. And it showed you like who really mess with you, who really rock with you, who really care about you, who really trust you, who really believe
true
in
feeling.
You.
That's true.
So it really did, because like I look at it like this: if you just dating, or you was with each other and y'all was on the fence or whatever it was, or you was trying to figure out y'all next step, if that time didn't reveal it, I don't know what else will reveal it, because that showed you patience, that showed you understanding, that showed you communicating, that showed like, it just showed people true colors and needs and wants, because I couldn't even imagine being single, trying to date and meet somebody at that time.
That's why they was in them DMs.
Yeah, but
DMs
that takes some guts to be trying to, like, unless it's somebody to just be meeting somebody new around a COVID time, like that had to be weird. Like
I've had people inbox me like, you're pretty, I like your profile picture. I'm like, thanks, and that's it. Yeah, but it's like that's always has happened. It ain't just the pandemic. Guys do that to females, so like they do.
Yeah, I mean I get that, but then like I don't know. You vaccine, like you
have y'all lost anyone in the pandemic or due to COVID?
One person, yeah.
I lost some people from school, some friends. Yeah, I lost some people.
I lost my children's father.
I'm sorry.
Rest in peace.
Sorry. Man. I'm so sorry for you and your babies. Yeah, my heart goes out because, my father passed. I always say, like, it's bringing me back to when my father passed. Like, it's just a feeling, man. It's a grieving that it gets better with time. Literally. And memories, good memories, those will carry you. Like, it will. Like, you just think about the good times. If you have I have voicemails I still listen to when he called me and I wouldn't answer. So those are the things that you're going to go through, and it's on your time, and it's a grieving that never ends, but it gets better,
Yeah.
So for me, what I did do during the pandemic is I spent a lot of time by myself because working from home. So I did a lot of healing from things that I need to. I got to know my true me came to surface, because I'm like, girl, I'm stuck with you every day. I'm in this place by myself. I'm working, staying. We first went on lockdown. There was nothing open, and it was cold still. So it was like I really did a lot of
the work.
And I always tell people that the best way to heal, you got to start with your first memories of whatever you were going through, like your childhood memories.
Yeah.
You gotta heal from your childhood. So, it's just certain things that, we all been through something.
That's the root.
Yeah, the root. So I did a lot of that, a lot of mapping out what I really want, a lot of looking at things around me, a lot of looking at me and seeing what I could do better, or who I can be, because sometimes you be with yourself, you get sick of yourself. So I was sick of me. So I'm like, girl, let me tap into you. So I did a lot of that. Changed a lot of just the way I think about things, Sat back and really just tapped into me. That's what I did.
Yeah. And I like you said something perfect, like far as like fixing on yourself, working on yourself. You always want to start from the bottom.
Yeah,
like
the root
of the problem. Like always.
Yeah.
Like, and that's how I deal with stuff, like far as like the things that always affected me and made me a better person is dealing with the stuff with my parents, dealing with things that I didn't understand, or dealing with things that I could have did a little different. So like I tell people, like, you can always, when you hurt, when you mad, when you upset, that it's not everybody around you, it's you. Sometimes so it's like that accountability be everything, and you got to do that. That's how you better yourself. Like some of us who walk around smiling and happy, some of us is happy because we did that work, and some of us playing the role. And we trying to make it work and figuring it out.
Playing the role. People they be on that BS. They always working on themselves. They got all these therapists and people that's helping them. Like, your therapist ain't tell you to be shady like this. So are you really working on you? Because I'm so tired of everybody. Everybody got a therapist. Everybody got a mentor. But like, you're still out here doing shady shit and you're petty. Like, your therapist, you can't tell me that a clinically trained therapist or somebody that you're going to see is telling you to behave in this manner. Like, people just been on some weird shit. I don't know. I'm just gonna call it how I say. People been on some weird shit.
It's basically a sense of losing their mind. A lot of people have lost their mind.
But they've been lost it. Some of them been lost it. They've just come at, they just, and it's just when you're bottled up and you're like forced, because we were literally forced to just be still for a minute, and it ain't like, people was just tripping, like people was reaching out to me on some weird shit. I'm like, you just bored or something?
Well, another thing, the parents too, a lot of parents don't know how to raise kids, so they don't know how to teach their kids, or not kids, I'm sorry, children, how to interact or deal with depression or deal with their own thoughts, so I believe that's up to the parents.
Nobody taught me how to deal with it. For me, I had to teach myself, and you gotta want to do that though, because I've always been the strong person. I've always been the strong daughter, the strong sister. I'm the eldest of my siblings, so I've never had a big sister or big brother to go to. My mom had me. Me and my mom literally grew up together, so she was learning while she was raising me. She did a damn good job, and that's why I can't take it away from her, but I seen the difference in her when she was raising my siblings versus when she was raising me. She was more well equipped and well capable, so sometimes parents, they don't know. You're the kids, you're growing with your parent. But, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, and I had to teach myself, like, because I've always had to be that strong person, so I literally took the pandemic to tap into me and be strong for me. Like, people was telling me I was acting funny. I'm like, I ain't acting funny, but I can't be everybody crutch. Sometimes I gotta tap into me.
That's true, but sometimes the strong need somebody behind them too.
Man, what? Nobody calls and checks on the strong friend or the strong cousin or the strong
because
anybody.
You're strong.
I'm like, no. You had it. You always got it.
I don't got it.
That's true.
And I like the feeling of what I was, the transition and changes. So I like it. It's peaceful for me. Like, I'm always open to be there for somebody, but I'm not going to always be the person reaching out or checking on you. Just because I ain't got no kids don't mean I ain't stressed. Kids ain't the only thing that cause stress. You know what I'm saying? So I hate people like, you ain't got no kids you're stressed about. Shit.
I got
other things. So and people, so I just like, you know what? I'm going to sit back and let people check on me. That's that true. Really showed me who really, care about me. Yeah.
Once we set back and stop doing the most far as being kind, people will start being drawn to us. I'm a living witness to that.
Yeah, like when you step back and you still kind, but you're not really attentive. You just tapping into you. People be mad at you like you did something to them. Like, why can't I just be with me? Why do I always got to be the person that you can call and lean on? You know what I'm saying? Like, they get mad like you committed a crime or something. Like, you mad because I'm just tapping into fixing whatever I'm going through.
Well, not really mad. I think it's just less of understanding. They don't understand you.
Yeah. They want you to be there for them.
They want you to be there for them.
That's selfish, though. That's very selfish. That's selfish.
Yeah.
Like, you can't possibly expect for somebody just to forget about them completely just to be there for you. Like,
but they don't understand. They can't tap into themselves, so they won't never understand you.
Well, that ain't for me. That's why they really have therapists and mentors. And sometimes you got to just pray and just tap into yourself. Like, literally, like, I don't know. Everybody has a religion and they pray to a different type of higher power. But if you really tap into that and just to yourself, sometimes you got to tap into yourself to fix the issue.
That's your inner God.
Yeah, nobody walking the earth can always just fix the problem for you. Like that's a therapist or a doctor, you know, some stuff is just really you yourself, and whatever your demons you fighting or whatever you going through, you got to tap into it. That's people don't know how to do that.
Yeah, if you actually listen to what people saying, you can get it. And if you just randomly call somebody and say, look, man, I'm doing some work on myself. I'm trying to get a better understanding. Like, if you can think of 3 to 5 words that describe me, what words would you use? Honestly, I need this. So think of
self-healing. Yeah, that's smart.
Like, people gonna start off small, like, oh, you cool. Like, no.
Now tell me the real.
Tell me, tell me, you could be a little bit more the whole time. Yeah. You could. Then it's just gonna start flowing. And you ain't never there for motherfuckers. You dead.
They all let it all out.
Like,
don't tell me when you're mad at me. Tell me when we're cool, when we're talking. Don't. Because sometimes when somebody mad, they want to come back and apologize. No, you just told me the truth.
Just
say
that's
how you really feel about me.
And it's so. Look, I had to do something to make you feel this way.
Yeah.
And I can take accountability knowing I did it.
Yeah.
But when the part I don't like is when you create some shit that you said I did, and I know I don't do that.
Yeah.
So if I could take the accountability, if I could say, okay, I be insensitive at times. Like, to me, that was one of the words that people used a lot against me. Like, man, you be insensitive. Like, you just sometimes you be so busy, you do this, or you don't think about, you think everybody else ain't busy, and you don't really. Okay, let me step back. Now let me look and see, do I do that? Then when I ask you for example, or I just kind of play examples in my head, yeah, you're right. Because when I did that one thing, I did do that. Like when I told you
on accountability.
So when you do that, you can work on yourself and fix yourself. But when everybody telling you something and you still in denial, that's just you. You're never gonna fix yourself.
That's because you don't want to fix yourself.
Right. That's a fact.
Some people want to be themselves. Who they are, is what they doing. That's really them.
I had a feeling problem. I used to always be in my feelings. But then I taught myself, well, not me, other people around me also taught me how to control my emotions and my feelings. And that was the best gift I could ever have.
Cool, but it's a time and a place for every emotion, thought, feeling. Like, my old thing was always, I'm being honest, I'm being real. Well, you can't say that. You can't. You made her cry. Or you made him not want to be around you no more. So
have empathy.
You get to the point where you too real. Like, you gotta chill out. So
you gotta know those
are things that I fixed on myself. So it just
used to be too real. Sometimes it'd be like,
it's like, hey man, look,
I ain't going to James for nothing. I mean.
Yeah, for me, I would have to, I had to learn how to process things before I react, because my reaction to things, baby, will go off. But I think about it, and I mean, I just really have to think about it, because my reaction to you is going to be stern, and I ain't coming back. One thing I don't like doing is doubling back on something. I hate that. I'll apologize if I say, but doubling back, I hate that.
It depends on what I did. I'll double back if I did something. Really
that's why I try to think about my reaction before I react.
I hate apologizing. So now it makes me think more about what I'm doing.
You don't like apologizing?
I don't know. I don't. I don't like to, I was always that kid that wanted to do things perfect and right. So I look at it like, when I have to apologize, that means I didn't do the work to really take my time to think about things. I just was reacting.
But growing up with you, I know certain things, not everything, but
it's just my patience just came a long way. Patience just came a long way. I really care about being a good person. I really care about being a great father. I really care about, when I become a grandfather and certain things. So my legacy is important. So it's just one of them things where if you want to be looked at this way, you have to do these things to get that. You don't get the award for not working hard. You don't get the award for not being on time. You don't get the award for not being kind to people. So I look at all those things, and the reason why I say I don't like apologizing, because it's like failure to me. And it can be it can be wrong, right, and different, however, but I look at it like, when I'm apologizing or letting you down or let somebody down, now I feel like I didn't fail. So now I gotta come to you and apologize. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I can apologize. I just don't like doing it, because I don't like being wrong. Like, I was that little nerd ass
I used
kid
to be that.
if I got one wrong on a test, I'm crying. I'm hurt. Because I wanted to be perceived this. Yeah.
Or it's A, B, and C. You be like, dang, some told me to pick A, but I picked D.
Now you gotta you gotta be careful of that being perfect. Because
I was gonna ask you, do you think perfect is achievable? Because
no, that's why I say strive to be perfect. I tell my son, strive to be perfect. Nobody is perfect.
So do you think trying to do that, sometimes you feel like you over exert yourself, like you over?
Yeah, but when I do that, it's like a car overheating. Yeah. I start getting that warning sound in my head, like, hey man, take a deep breath, relax. And then that's when I just be like, damn, I'm doing this or I'm doing that. Even with my sons, like when I want them to do something, I'm like, man, you got to do this. And I feel myself going too hard. It's like, let me take a step back. Look, and I tell them, look, I just want you to do the best you can do. And I know me being hard on you is going to get you that. But I never want to be too hard on you where you can't come to me and talk. I never want to be too hard on you where you feel that you got to live up to be this perfect person. Because I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Right. Nobody is perfect. You know, God wasn't even perfect. So all we can do is strive to be perfect. We can't be perfect.
That's the whole key.
So you just got to check yourself.
Strive.
Yeah.
Let's see, I have to be quiet because, like I said, when I go off, they go off.
Yeah.
So I've learned to like.
And in our house, we was bad with words. Like I don't know where we got it from, but as kids, we said hurtful stuff, and it started being like a game where you seeked out to say the worst stuff you could say, and it's like now we can laugh about it, but that shit wasn't funny when I was a kid. Like when my brothers and sisters be like, "Oh, your mama cracky." Like that was the worst thing ever. I can laugh now, but that shit was like hurtful. Yeah, it's like I would bust out in tears. I would be hurt.
Well, why you think
the brakes off you? Because I dealt with that. Like you know, only reason it's different now because you understand and you get older and you mature. And you understand. You can't help what your parents did. You can't help what your brother or sister did. You can't help what your friend did.
But you got to make your parents accountable.
You got to hold everybody accountable.
Some things, some parents, like I feel like our generation, like the 30, I would say maybe 30 to 45. I just think I don't know. It's like, we really didn't get the best, like, you know what I'm saying?
We was in the middle
so we were in like the early millennials. We were like born right in the smack middle of fucking catastrophe. Just stuff was just crazy from generations before us, and then what was to come. You know what I'm saying? So we were just smack in the middle. Like we got the best of both worlds. Like we were born before electronics and shit, so we know how to,
interact.
Really, how to interact, actually socialize with each other instead of just being online.
Understand.
But I think we just really like. I know some really good parents, but I feel like we just burnt out from our childhoods. That when we become parents, we just like.
Because when you think about it,
we still healing from our childhood.
When you think about it, we came from this with like, and I try to teach my sons this. We came from our grandparents and our great grandparents saying, "Hey, I'm the man in the house. I say this. Grandma do this. You get a whooping. You have to whoop that kid. You have to do this." Versus now conversations with kids. So we in the middle of that whoop ass or talk.
Well, you know what? I can honestly say that having 4 kids ranging from 9 to 19, he'll be 19 next month. I have to talk to each and every last one of them why they go get a whooping before I whoop them, because I caught myself one time just whoop my daughter. She said, "Why you whoop me?" She made me feel bad. So now if I'm where to whip them, I would have a conversation and then I would.
That's like double traumatization.
I'm whooping you because you did this.
Damn, I gotta mentally process it and physically feel it too. Like
that part. So.
Yeah. What? So look, let me ask you this. And I'm not the type of person that question nobody's stuff because I didn't deal with it all. I didn't got the stick, the broom, whatever.
Right.
Not the stick, the stick and the broom. I
got everything.
Okay.
The belt,
I got
stick,
punishments. My mom made
switch,
the
shoes,
she took
the
away
extension cord. All
I do that too.
Yeah.
So it's just like my thing is this, like with my sons, and I call my sons different and unique because I looked at my sons like this. My parenting skills is different from other parents.
Right.
So I looked at it like this. With my sons coming up, I've always been that tough, aggressive person.
Okay.
But I learned with my sons, I didn't have to whoop because I started at 0, 1, 2, 3. I started at 1, 2, 3, and it was like a lot of intimidation. And I learned with these kids, I can do this. I can take this. I could take this, and your worlds collapse right there. So then I could say, hey, no cable, no going to play basketball, no bikes, no computer, no none of that. What I want you to do is I'm assigning you work to do.
Right.
So right off rip, at 1 year old, my sons was writing paper on Frederick Douglass. I don't care if the words right or not. Draw pictures or write about this person.
Right.
So it's like those things with taking far in and just a lot of talks and communication. See, I noticed with kids, the more you talk to them, the more you're going to get on their damn nerves. So I created this whole little system that it would discipline kids without even having to do this. Because I looked at it like I'm taking. Take is one thing. That hurts. That hurts a lot to these kids too. I'm going to talk your ass to death and love on you and do so much. You're going to be like, damn, another talk, Dad. Then I created this thing where it's like, okay, you in my house, you don't have as many chores as you might have in mom's or anywhere else. Now you got to do on top of chores. Now you might have to cut the neighbor's grass, that neighbor's grass, do this, do this, do that.
Right.
You see where I'm going with it?
Yeah.
So then, and this is at 1. This ain't at 5, 8, 9. So by this time, by the time you get to 5 to 6, I'm doing the Kevin Hart. Hey, yo, stop what y'all doing in there. Now, without getting too mad, that's 1 strike. Once I say that, then I'm, hey, man, yo, that's 2. By the time I get to 3 and say, what the fuck is y'all doing? I'm going to take some. Now, in their head, it's this whole thing. Hey, stop what we doing. He mad. He going to take our game. So now it's automatically you fixed everything. Gotcha. So before I even get to even, and I'm never going to say certain stuff I won't do. Okay. Like I'm not going to never say I never will my kids, but I've never had to reach to that a lot. Whether it was fights in school, whether it was not listening to mom or doing certain stuff. So I feel like a lot of times part of the parenting thing is being creative instead of going back to what we had. Yeah. Because what we had, it can work in certain times, but it need to be more love, more conversation. Because think about it, when you was a kid and your mom wanted to talk all the time, you like, the fuck is she want to talk again? Especially as a boy.
Well, I'm being honest, part of my life. My mom didn't raise me. My mom was very.
Before we get started, so just together, you just pretty much drained them mentally.
No, my thing is,
take things away.
Like I basically
he said he talked. Ayo.
Yeah, it was
draining.
Basically, I whooped them, but with the mental stuff.
But ain't that exhausting to you?
No, because I look at it like it's kind of like how you did with Spike.
Well, he a dog. I don't got kids yet though.
Oh, see, but that
training a dog. Nope, don't. It ain't the same. The dogs, when they poop, they don't poop in the toilet.
It's similar.
They poop on the damn
it's
carpet
similar.
and on the.
Go with me. I'm gonna say it's similar because when you first have a puppy, the first things you teaching is discipline. You teaching don't pee here. You teaching don't bark at this time. I know, but you still gotta bring.
I get what he's saying, but I'm like, how I feel about Spike. Like that's my baby, but I'm like it. I see these kids now they just be unhinged nowadays.
That's because discipline. What he's saying is
start early because my mom did it with me. Like my discipline was totally different than my siblings. Like you got to see, I seen it. Like so, I said I seen how she disciplined with me. Like I got on punishment. My siblings they didn't. It was just like, oh, let me talk to you a couple of days. No, you can't drive this or whatever. They had no chores, no nothing. So these kids nowadays, what I see from even from my siblings when they were growing up, because I was already so far ahead of them. Like the discipline is so different. Like all you see kids now is like, oh, you have to level with them or kind of like have a bargaining with them. Like if you do this, and I'll let you do this. That's what I see parents doing.
I'm not
giving them tablets.
Right. And another thing, the dishes, right? We could talk about the dishes. Back in the day, we used to have dishes this high, but now it's a dishwasher. My kids. In my home, it's a dishwasher, and they still argue.
Who gonna load the dishwasher?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
you got the easiest job ever.
And I had to wash them with my. That's why everybody laughed at me when they see me washing dishes because I wash them with gloves because I don't like my hands touching that nasty.
I love washing dishes.
I love it with gloves. Like I can't wash dishes without gloves. Like I can't do it because it just like I can't. It's like my, it's just like a OCD thing or something. I guess like. Ugh.
And I'm petty with dishes.
Yeah.
I'll dirty up every dish and put something and make you wash the whole thing.
Wow.
I'm petty. Like I do like some mental like you so it's like
you
now I gotta do all
kids.
So now it's stopping me from doing this or doing that. It's teaching you on outside life on how to deal with people, whether it's your boss, whether it's working with people. And like I tell my sons, when you given a task, this is work. You're given a task, you do your task, you go home, you get paid. Your job is to be on time, do the job they need you to do, and every now and then they might ask you to do more stuff.
Yeah.
Some jobs gonna keep, the better you get, the more they're gonna put on your table. So you got to figure out the game on how to maintain and keep this process be good, but don't try to be great every day. Just
That's
be
true.
good. So with my son, with that, it taught my son, and that's the way my sons look. Like my sons, even with their babysitter, like she'll come over like, I'm not doing shit with his kids. Like I'm literally getting paid to watch cable and get on the phone.
It's already disciplined.
Even with my oldest, he's 17. Dropped him at work today. He at Walmart. Do a great job. Still do his school, do his sports, do his stuff. No conversations. Every now and then, like he hit me with the, oh yeah, I got summer school. Oh yeah, so that means you fail. So now you in summer school. You didn't want to tell me that shit.
Right.
So now I know he don't know. Well, if he listens to this podcast, he know now. Got a lot of shit lined up for him this week.
But it was kind of hard working on doing the virtual mom, and these kids. No, I have four kids on virtual, and it was kind of hard working from different grades. I know, the hardship of just waking up and going on the laptop to, go on these classes. And it was giving them a lot of work in each class. So that was kind of, mentally draining for the kids as well, So I understand the failure part because my kids, 2 of them in summer school.
And being home, that got to be crazy.
Yeah.
But enough about us. Tell us about you. What do you have going on? What do you do? What's going on with you? Well,
we could talk about our history. Okay. I've been knowing you now for 25 years? Yeah. Well, probably longer than that. But it's nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
I know.
Good to see you.
Oh, thank you.
So what's going on with you?
Well, like I said before, we was talking about, the birth of things and the pandemic. Well, of course, I've always been attracted to like pen and paper growing up. And I understand why I was attracted to pen and paper.
Okay.
But during the pandemic, screenwriting was like calling my name.
Okay.
So now I'm a screenwriter.
Okay.
I work for Big Vine, which is a Billboard award winner who produced beats and for like not Ella Cool J, I'm sorry, Lil Wayne, Ice Cube.
Okay.
He has like a huge platform. Okay. It's called Corporate Culture Film Production. I think I sent you the link
okay.
to the website, but the website is corporateculturemarketing.com.
Okay.
That's all our information on that page. And we also have Instagram, which is Corporate Culture Films.
Okay.
So I've been working. I wrote like 4 films so far.
That's dope.
It's called The Minute. It's a series called The Minute.
Okay.
And we actually filmed in Atlanta and Detroit. So it's like, it's very huge for me, just coming from, like I was saying earlier, my children's father passing, it's kind of hard on my children.
Okay.
And I had a feeling like I have to push harder, or I had to push, to be successful, also to be a leader for my children. But it was like, okay, you got to do something now because you are all they have right now at this moment. So now I'm a screenwriter. It's like, I'm very excited about screenwriting. I actually wrote The Minute Janitor was the first series I wrote for Big Vine.
Okay.
I wrote it in one day and we filmed in one day. That's that's very exciting to me.
That's dope. So tell us about a screenwriter. How did you figure out you wanted to be a screenwriter? How did you know about a screenwriter?
Well, it just came natural. I just started writing my own film. Like, okay, I don't know if y'all ever heard of Michelle Blair, who was labeled as the freezer mom. She killed 2 of her children.
Here in Detroit?
In Detroit.
Over there in the projects?
I remember.
In the projects, right?
Yeah.
So growing up, my mother, like I was saying earlier, my mother was very abusive. For 10 years straight. I literally got beaten every single day. So my father came in and took over. And when my father came in and took over and raised me, I became like this, I'm gonna say in a room, just quiet to myself and started reading a lot of books and stuff. So as I got older, I never understood why I was so attracted to, like I was telling you before, the paper and pen and things of that nature. So fast forward, when I see Michelle Blair, it reminded me of my mother. I went to the funeral of the kids, and her face, expressions just reminded me of my mom. So I just was like, I want to write a book.
Yeah.
I'm not a book. I'm sorry. I want to write a movie, and I decided to write certain things down on paper, and it just came natural, right? So this film is called The Scene in My Yard, where this is literally gonna be like my mother submerged with Michelle Blair, but this time I'm gonna bury the kid somewhere else, but it's gonna be around, So I don't know. I'm very excited about that project. It's like a lifetime project, whatever. But
check it out.
Just giving awareness to abuse, because it's still going on to this day, and a lot of kids don't talk about it. So just having a message, I'm gonna have a message inside of the film, of course, but it's very touching for me.
Yeah.
But that right there sparked me to write.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about doing a book, or you just want to stick with the movies?
You know what? I've been offered to write other people's books. I'm gonna do mine one day. But I'm gonna set mine to the side because my book is still going.
I get that.
So other people feel like their book's finished, so I'm gonna just work on other people's books at this moment.
That makes sense. That's deep. Yeah, I remember that stuff going on. It was just crazy to hear that, and it's just like a lot of times with parent, like you really go as you go, but it's like you don't. As no matter if you're a parent or not, you still got to deal with the issues you're going through.
Yeah.
And it's just like at the same token, you got to remember this is a kid. Like this kid don't have nothing to do with anything I'm going through, and I still got to provide a great life for this kid. So it's just like a lot of parents forget about that. They start thinking about, oh, my eggs didn't work out. Oh, I'm gaining weight, or I'm this, I'm that. I didn't finish school, or my mother did this. That's the beautiful thing about kids. This is a beautiful, innocent kid, and you have to strive to get them the best life. And when you're doing that and putting them first, you don't have time to go back into that. And then that should help you heal in some ways. Seeing that joy in that kid telling you they love you and hugging you, that should make you feel good.
And I was gonna get to that point. You like, even though my mom did what she did, I still found forgiveness for her, and now she's dealing with certain things internally. I ain't never, and understood why she was treating me the way she was. So fast forward, my children to this day, my oldest son graduated, and he struggled literally his whole high school, elementary, middle. He struggled like literally. So just to see my son prosper and overcome his struggles had inspired me to become a better mom. But I couldn't treat my kids how my mother treated me. So I thank God that she did treat me that way, because it taught me how not to treat my kids. So
what are some things you did different though, like as far as your kids?
Well, all my kids, okay, my oldest son right now, he has like 3 scholarships for football. And he's picking and choosing what college he wants to attend. My second oldest, her name's Selena. Well, my first oldest named Edward. My second oldest named Selena. She was birthed, where she birthed rap from out of the pandemic. So she became like this inspiring rapper. My third oldest name is Blessed. She's an artist. She got her own business. She even won, entrepreneurship it was on Fox 2 News for having the best kids entrepreneur idea. Her name is her business name is Blessed Hands. She want to stop the violence in the neighborhood. You can't stop the violence, but you could put up a art platform where it could change people's minds, or change one person's minds if they was trying to go to do some devious things. And my youngest son, he want to be, everybody what is that oh gosh, everybody is online doing their thing,
blogger,
that. And he wanted to be a football player, of course, but it's that you playing the video game online. A gamer. I'm like,
he just into video games.
Yeah, he's want to sit down and just. I'm like, you want to move your body.
He like that technology that can develop into something
they
else.
Get paid.
So what happened was, my mother didn't teach me a lot. My father did, because my father is a construction worker, and he built literally everything in the city of Detroit. So that taught me fundamentals and how to build my kids. So I'm teaching my kids to this day how to build, their mental. If they were to go through anger, if they were to go through, depression, talk to me, and if I could change something about me, it could change them. So it taught me how to fix myself.
That's I always tell my siblings, like your ability to keep control of your emotions, that is going to get you far in life, because you can react to something it can go
haywire. My oldest son had ADHD. That's what he was diagnosed with. So we went to therapy for 10 years. And I discovered that if I change my reaction to his anger, then he won't be angry. Yeah. So I taught myself how to change certain things, how I would react to his situation.
Sometimes it's not the action, it's the reaction that can make it a problem. Because if somebody doing something, you have the ability to just be like, it's just, I always think like the worst case scenario about things. So that's how I kind of control how I react to things and people, because people really just be sometimes going through stuff. And you don't know what they're going through. You can't react to everybody. Sometimes you just got to let things go.
And for the record, I know for a fact I'm going to be the first writer ever to be on Guinness World Record. The fastest. I know that to be for a fact. So I'm speaking that to existence now.
That's good. So what do you got a plan for this week?
Vacation. Bikinis, martinis,
Are you ready
beaches.
for the vacation?
Am I ready? I'm packed.
You already packed?
Oh, I'm going to vacation, so it ain't much in my suitcase but bikinis and beachwear and shit.
Well, she could go on vacation. I can't. I got 4 kids I got to take care of.
You can say y'all can go on a family trip.
No.
Well, I'm going on vacation. I'm going to go bye-bye. And I'll be returning. I'm looking forward to land on the beach, just doing whatever I want to do.
Yeah. Yes. What you got up for this week?
Well, this week, I just finished writing Demented Cop and Demented Chef. So about to film pretty soon, And then after I leave here, my boy, I forgot the name of his movie, but he has a movie premiere, so I'm going to the after party.
Okay. Send me that stuff about your kids, and I'll put it up on our little page.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and we appreciate you for coming, man.
No problem. I thank you.
No problem. At the table.
Yeah.
Plus, it's good to reconnect with an old friend.
Family, all
family.
Day.
Yes.
Yeah. But I want to thank you, ladies. Thank you so much, Kiana. Thank you so much, Charlene. Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Detroit Shipping. Thank you, Podcast Detroit. And I'm gonna go have a drink somewhere.
Me too.
And I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Oh, you want to say something before we close?
I'm sorry. Yeah. You can follow me on Facebook, Selah, SELAH, Nav Deep. That's NAVDEEP. And on Instagram, it's pierced between every letter. Every word I'm about to say. So the official Miss Lust, but it's pierced between every word. The official Miss Lust.
Okay, thank you for joining us. You have a great vacation,
and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. I will
be. Great week.
Thank you.
Peace, guys. Deuces.
Thank you. Peace, guys.